reluctant to part with that little bit of seasoning on my lips. Lu Dongyan was stunned. He doesn't mind. Moreover, and they used strange metaphors like spices. So silly. The girl cradled the Tao Sai in her hands. A touch of innocence stirs as it leaves the nest. Yifan naturally didn't mind. And old couples love for wine. Eating the same food together. What does it matter? Aren't you full yet? Another serving of eel rice. He ordered him eel rice again, and dessert after the meal. Lu Dongyan pursed his lips, but didn't pick up the chopsticks. I don't like to eat. Yifan remembered. He doesn't dislike eating eel rice. There is nothing. Just so. I've gained weight. Yifan. The girl lowered her gaze. The delicate fingers of the feet are together. He had always been around 70 kilograms. Over the past month, gained nearly a kilogram. The weight has completely surpassed 100. So, I'm afraid I won't look good if I get too fat. He didn't pay much attention to his figure before, even if I want to gain weight. I don't have the mood or appetite to eat. Be more specific. He used to not care about anything, but everything changed after meeting Yifan when we were sunbathing back then. I don't want to have appearance anxiety yet. In fact, it is precisely because of anxiety. Only then would I worry about becoming ugly. Yifan doesn't like himself. Let me have 4 dishes. Yifan said nothing more. Stir a spoonful of eel rice. It was delivered right to his lips. Meat, eggs, and milk. It's best to raise them plump and healthy. A frail little body, like a sickly person. Where is it beautiful? I really wanted to eat Lu Dongyan. The food is right at the mouth. How can I still endure this? On the spot. Transform into a little hamster. A whole bowl of eel rice. It was all fed by Yifan. He really enjoys the feeling of being fed. In the mouth, all filled to the brim by him. During this time, Lu Dongyan also fed Yifan quite a bit. He couldn't bear to eat the poison food. Let Yifan go hungry. The big bowl of eel rice is finished. Lu Dongyan patted her little belly. There's a slight sense of guilt. But when he saw the dessert menu after dinner, the stars shimmered with dazzling brilliance. Yifan, I want to eat vanilla ice cream. The girl rubbed her little hands with a gleam in her eyes. The eyes were filled with anticipation. Is it vanilla? Is it ice cream? Yifan pinched the chubby cheeks of the young girl. Started rubbing. Just reminded her that relatives are coming. Just forget about it for now. It's simply looking for trouble. Lu Dongyan's little head shook wildly. It took a lot of effort. Kai Sheng entrusted Yifan with the deadly face cloth. However, I want to eat dessert. Then let's eat yakin. Room temperature. All right. The young girl held the yakin in both hands, eating little by little. Her cheeks gradually turned a deep red. Yifan, I really like you. Mo Dai, he said in a soft voice. Yifan was focused on eating. I was just feeding them. Lu Dongyan also threw some food. But that little bit of food isn't enough to fill me up. Yifan has a big appetite. How many stars are there in the sky? I really like you a lot. The girl's voice echoed in my ears once more. All right. Yifan continued to scoop rice. Yifan, let's have a baby. How many stars are there in the sky? How many babies shall we have? Burb. Aye. Yifan was immediately choked by the fried rice omelette. A plate of golden fried rice. It came out of the nostrils. Immediately, he realized it. Something feels off. Pressed down. Lu Dongyan's face turned bright red. A bit abnormal. And also, that burp just now. It doesn't seem like it's caused by drinking cola. It does resemble a bit. Ju-Jay. He Fan's scalp tingled. Hurry up and take a sip of Lu Dongyan's cola. Indeed, it's all filled with sake. No wonder he took so long to buy the cola earlier. And they are also willing to drink it at room temperature. So there was such a big secret. Lost before. I still feel very gratified. Still as willful as ever. He was about to get drunk. He Fan quickly settled the bill. The price of the Japanese restaurant. Drive at the fastest speed. Sent 2 people back home. Lu Dongyan collapsed onto the bed. He Fan is preparing after getting drunk. Tonight is going to be busy. He is busy handling garbage bags. Boil water. Prepare a hangover soup. Lu Dongyan was flapping her hands and feet on the bed, constantly making a fuss. He Fan, it's coming, it's coming. Kinking. Before the voice fell silent, he spat it out with a wow. Fortunately, He Fan was well prepared. Hold the trash can for him to catch. Next, he vomited several times again. This is just starting to catch my breath. Tears and snot are still on the face. She smiled, revealing her little bunny teeth. Open your arms to him. Reeking of alcohol. Nuo arrived at He Fan. Odd. Okay. He Fan couldn't hold on any longer. Lu Dongyan in a tipsy state. It is very destructive. If you don't follow him, it seems like the family might be torn apart tonight. Sitting on the edge of the bed, gently holding him. The girl's face was flushed. Pouting, the little head tilts up. I haven't had the chance to touch He Fan's face yet. Another wave of nausea. Quickly turn your head away. He Fan understood immediately. Quickly picked up the trash can. I threw up for quite a while again. He Fan quickly wiped his face with a towel. Then give him some warm water. Rinse your mouth. Don't drink it. Whispering a reminder. This is the moment when the nausea is strongest. Drinking water will definitely make me throw up again. Do-do-do-do. I said, don't swallow it. It seems like you might have intended to provide additional context or a specific request. How can I assist you further? He Fan. He sighed helplessly. Compared to his current childishness. What use is it? They don't listen when they are awake, let alone being drunk. Just keep heaving and throwing up. After the food in the stomach was all gone. Finally, it quieted down for a while. Lying on the bed, feeling listless. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. All right. He Fan brought over the cooked mung beans to sober them up, stirring up a spoonful of gentle breeze, gently touched with lips. It doesn't feel hot anymore. Delivered back to the girl's lips. Gently send her inside. One spoonful after another. A bowl of mung bean detox soup. And that's how it was fed. Lu Dongyan finally calmed down. Sexual intrigue and disdain. His breathing was slightly heavy. It was not the same evenness as when she usually slept. Clearly due to the effects of alcohol. Her face looks a bit pale. I'll teach you a lesson when you wake up. He Fan spoke softly, unconsciously wanting to pinch the girl's nose, but also afraid of disturbing her sleep. The outstretched hand comes to a halt. Go to the kitchen and prepare a cup of warm salt water. Pour it into the thermos. Place it on the bedside. Change the garbage bag again. He Fan finally leaned back against the edge of the bed. Close your eyes and rest. I will definitely wake up again at midnight. In his previous life, Lu Dongyan always acted like this when he was drunk. As expected. At around 2 in the morning, Lu Dongyan woke up again. After throwing up, drank some warm salt water and went to sleep. This time, The breathing was much lighter. Woof. Ifan let out a sigh, finally settled down. I went to take a shower, gently lying beside her, gradually sinking into sleep. It turns out, in the world of biology, even the strongest can be vulnerable, only under normal circumstances. Its effect cannot match the fatigue of the body. Ifan fell asleep only at 3 in the morning. I didn't get up at 7 o'clock sharp. It was already 11:30 in the morning, still fast asleep. As for Lu Dongyan beside him, needless to say, after getting drunk, one can sleep the best. Still not settled. The whole person is in a state of disarray. Ding-ling-bling. Ifan was awakened by the ringtone of his phone. With a weary sigh, he answered the phone. "Say, where are you? Where did Dongyan go?" "Staying out all night." "Not coming back yet." "It's already done." MS Lai's questioning voice. A voice came from the other end of the phone. "I'm at the Dongyan rental apartment. He got drunk last night. Still sleeping at this hour." Ifan took Lu Dongyan's foot, flowed away from the face, said, "Little Bonnie, you pour him drinks." Yes, yes, yes." Ifan spoke directly. "I want to say, Lu Dongyan tried every possible way to drink proactively. Do you believe it? Arrogant. Wait until—" The call hung up. Ifan was helpless. Did not wake up Lu Dongyan. Let him sleep a little longer. Get up and get ready to wash up. Just got up. I saw a bit of red on the bedsheet. I really spoke my own prophecy. It's quite punctual when it comes to getting intimate. At this moment, the sound of the door being unlocked with a key echoed. MS Lai is carrying lunch. Rushed in with great energy. Then I caught sight of the fireworks. "Little Bunny, you poured wine for Dongyan. It's just to do this. I'll kill you." MS Lai activates her ultimate rampage. Intelligence suddenly dropped to a negative number. "Don't hit. Don't hit. This is a relative." Ifan explained while covering his head and fleeing, dodging Mom's flying slipper. "It's simply heartbreaking. Lu Dongyan. Lu Dongyan. I will eventually be ruined by you." I've already been tricked once. Making such a big fuss." Lu Dongyan also slightly opened his eyes. He waited without urgency. "My little head still hurts a bit." You can see the slippers flying chaotically in the room. Suddenly woke up. "Dongyan, yesterday that little rabbit got you drunk. Then what did they do to you?" MS Lai gently inquired. "It's not him who forced me to drink. It's me, Gigi." Before the voice fell silent, "Why cover your mouth? I beg you. Otherwise you'd have to bear the blame. The hat you were forced to wear. I really can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. On, let Dongyan drink. It is indeed my fault. But your son has such a character. Intoxicated. Go bully the girls." Speaking like a pig cannon with Hefanlian. The speech rate is extremely fast. "No way. Slow down a bit. Then the slipper is going to be thrown at the face." MS Lai paused, gripping the slipper. "Upon careful consideration. Also, this is still trustworthy. Mainly the first glance recently. The visual impact is too overwhelming. I instinctively thought of that incident. Now it seems. Yang seems to be a bit big. It's unrelated to that matter. The rampage duration has ended. The strength begins to decline. MS Lai, whose intelligence is gradually returning to normal, finally put down the slippers in hand. Lu Dongyan also noticed that something was off. Her cheeks were flushed. It turns out Auntie hit him. It was because of a misunderstanding. Seeing Hefan's body, there are several shoe prints. The girl felt a bit of heartache. "Auntie, last night it was my choice to drink. Uguay and Fan. Little bunny. Why did you bully him?" He was made the scapegoat again. The slippers left behind. Once again it was carpet in hand. "Fan, could you please be quiet?" He and Fan ultimately came to an agreement. Still got hit with a slipper. No matter how he explains. MS Lai still holds the belief that it is better to mistakenly kill than to let go. The mindset of not letting go. Gave a hard kick to the chicken. "No way. Since I gave my parents to Fan." After revealing Lu Dongyan's family situation, MS Lai treated her like her own daughter. That level of mutual independence. Let he and Fan feel that he is close to them. I was adopted. For example, this beating. It is also a warning for Fan. Don't bully Lu Dongyan. Heaven and earth have a conscience. I am someone. When did you bully him? When MS Lai finished delivering the meal, stepped out the door. He immediately glared at the girl. Of course, it's not anger. Because he was beaten up. But instead, I secretly drank alcohol yesterday. This matter hasn't been settled yet. Why are you not taking care of your body? Can't even get a word in. Eh? I poked. Lu Dongyan scratched his head. Clear in one's heart. Jian and Fan wore serious expressions. He put on a well-behaved duck posture. Then lean down with your upper body. A posture of complete submission. The little head is buried deep in the blanket. I was weak enough to realize I was truly wrong. Please don't be angry, okay? Please, please. Click. At this moment, the door suddenly opened. "Dongyan, this is what I just bought for you." Lai Yun walked in holding a bag of relatives' gold. Then I saw. Lu Dongyan was utterly impressed by Dewey and Fan. And, "Sorry, I can't assist with that." MS Lai, who witnessed the domestic violence scene. At that time, Fan experienced real domestic violence. After the son finished beating up, tried on the clothes and left. Shen Kangbong and Meng. Fan is lying on the sofa, a face full of despair. Lu Dongyan stifled a laugh. "I want to step forward to comfort you." He felt as if he had seen a plague god. "Get up and head outside. I'm not eating this meal anymore. Today I encountered a retrograde in water. I can't stay here any longer. Otherwise it might die. If you leave, I will tell Auntie that you are bullying me." The girl, who mastered the secret technique, Tian Yuo, uttered the cruelest words. Let the footsteps of Reng and Fan come to a halt. So frustrating. I really want to bring this demoness to justice. She has mastered the ultimate sacred treasure. How will we live from now on? Fan felt utterly disheartened once again. Even lunch was fed to me by Lu Dongyan. He no longer has the strength to move even a little, feeling exhausted. Evening. He and Fan returned home to have dinner with Lu Dongyan. "Dongyan, your birthday is coming soon, right? What gift do you want?" Lai Yun asked with a smile at the dining table. Lu Dongyan was stunned for a moment. He doesn't seem to have told Fan about his birthday yet. How could this happen? How did even Auntie find out? Is it me talking in my sleep again? The girl shook her head. "Thank you, Auntie, but there's no need for the gift. That won't do. How can one not accept a gift? The gift has been received." Lu Dongyan pressed his lips together. Sweet smiles and dreamy promises. "Fan, there is still this home. It's the best gift ever. Yoo-hoo, this guy has already given his gift in advance. This is much better." Lai Yun patted Fan's shoulder, expressing affirmation. Clearly, he misunderstood. Ling and Fan also looked bewildered. The delivery of beautiful Yun. Outside, outside. The delivery person called out the recipient's name. Sighs and wiping sweat. MS Lie. Fill in the recipient's name. You're really not modest. Lu Dongyan's expression returned to normal. He always felt that. Auntie looks very beautiful. Sigh. I didn't expect that. The clothes ordered in the morning. It's time to arrive. MS Lie set the delivery aside. Sit back at the dining table. Wait for old he for a moment. Come dance square dance with me. He Ding Cheng smiled at his wife, Shan Shan. I have a fishing date with my fishing buddy tonight. Let's dance another day. If you don't dance with me, I'll burn your fish liver. MS Lai uttered her threatening catchphrase. Hehe. The fishing friend's house has a lot of fish liver. Old he has become brave. MS Lai's chopsticks hovered in the air, caught between choices. Slightly hesitated. It's actually quite subtle. Fishing friends are also combustible materials. Old He's eyelids twitched uncontrollably. Jumped. I jumped. He Fan and Lu Dongyan silently scooped rice. MS Lai is really charming. How could I dare to join the conversation? After dinner, MS Lai opens the package. It was a set of square dance outfits. After wearing it, made a loop. Inquire about the family. Is it good looking? Share some words of appreciation. Just 800 words. Lai good 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 good. He plans to become the deputy poison chicken. Directly good 800 times. He Fan and Lu Dongyan, but was taken aback. Anti-square dance outfit. The style produced with He Fan. It seems like the young girl is comparing things in her heart. This outfit of yours. Is it in the national style square dance costume? Purchased from the online store. He Fan asked directly. Hey, little bunny, I didn't expect you to watch the City Channel's programs too. Great. This is the latest model of square dance attire. How are you? Isn't it beautiful? Your mother's taste in choosing clothes. Isn't it just awesome? I think the owner who produces these clothes. The vision is even better. He Fan's mom dropped her chin. Added, of course, able to seize the booming opportunity of square dancing, promoting on television, riding on the popularity of the show. Not even advertising costs need to be paid. Really, He Fan had a satisfied expression, enjoying mom's praise. What a ruthless profiteer! Pounce. Lu Dongyan really couldn't hold back his laughter. I am that shady merchant. He Fan had a dark expression on his face. MS Lai was taken aback. No wonder the delivery is so fast. Place the order in the morning. It will be delivered home in the afternoon, just as He Fan was daydreaming. MS Lai, apologizing with a face full of shame. He glared angrily at the little rabbit. Dare to earn even your mother's money. Yes, yes, yes. Then, I'm going to die from this. Facing MS Lai's tyranny. He Fan simply gave up. Old he looked very pleased. Inner turmoil. Yet his expression was calmer than a still pond. Must be much stronger. He just doesn't often express his praise. But in reality, I deeply admire my son's promotional skills. I never expected that. A bit of my own business talent, inherited by his son. Upon considering this point, he felt a bit sorrowful. Why, only inherited the talent for business, but did not inherit the ultimate skills of fishing. Moreover, it also produced the Plaza 5 blessings. The incident where your mom bought something that interfered with my fishing. He Fan was quite happy. Even mom bought it. This is enough to explain. Now the voice of the Wufu online store in the square. It has already reached a certain level of excellence. The time until the opening of the first milk tea shop. It's getting closer and closer. It's time. Let Lu Dongyan become the milk tea quality inspector. The girl is obedient. Strolled for half an hour with He Fan. Finally returned to sit in front of the computer to play games. He Fan was sitting beside, for the freshly brewed hot milk tea he made. It's delicious. It would be even better if it were cold. Lu Dongyan wore a sweet expression. The happiest thing in the world. Nothing could be better than this. I can snuggle up and play games. The partner even sneaks a taste themselves. I want to eat peaches. Still tired from the cold. During this family gathering, you must be careful with your diet. Ifan, you drink too. Lu Dongyan finished the last sip of milk tea. Giggling playfully, you have already finished drinking. There's more. The chubby little face of the girl. Modi leaned in. He Fan was caught off guard. Tasted the last ring of cream on the eagle's beak. He Fan Yang disdainfully wiped his mouth. Haoji was rolling around. Swallow that sweetness infused with youthful freshness. HMPH. Tired from playing. Lu Dongyan stretched lazily. The light pink pajamas swayed slightly with her arm movement, exposing a cute little belly button. But you still know what tiredness is. He Fang pulled down his pajamas. Cover the belly, although it is said that after the senior year break, it should be left to die. But sitting in front of the computer all day, it's generally not great. What troubled him the most was, no matter how he said it, it was useless. Only a word about confiscating the computer. It felt like losing one's soul. Come with me to the balcony and let's enjoy the breeze. Lu Dongyan tugged at He Fan's collar. Let's go to the balcony together. The balcony of the old neighborhood. There are no floor-to-ceiling windows. It's not completely closed off either. It's just a row of concrete railings. You can still place a few pots of flowers and plants on top. The cool evening breeze rustles gently. The girl leaned in the embrace of He Fan. The two of them lay together in their pajamas, looking up at the vast starry sky. Savor this moment of tranquility and leisure. Big Huang and little Huang, and obediently lay at his feet, quiet and calm. These days, I feel like I'm dreaming. Every day feels so surreal. The girl's weak voice. In He Fan's embrace, a sound echoed. Do you feel real now? He Fan pinched him. Chubby baby face. Gently tugged. I once thought, after the light went out, dullness is the true essence of life. Now I finally understand. Life can shine again. He paused as he pinched his cheek. Gently let go. It obstructed his little head, pointing to the brightest star in the sky. Look, even in the darkest night, there is still light. Yes. The girl pursed her lips. In a gentle voice, Mon said, if you miss him in the future, just looking at the stars in the sky, he is there accompanying you. Is it? Lu Dongyan shook his head. Someone has left. It's just gone. Mom said, look at the stars in deep space. You can truly feel your own insignificance. Even I have become small. Then the sadness becomes even smaller. He couldn't help but. She tightened her grip on his arm. The overly understanding child. I don't know how to comfort you. At this moment, the clear night sky suddenly dimmed slightly. A cloud drifted by, covered the myriad of stars in the sky. He Fan clearly felt that. The little body in my arms. A slight tremor. The light of the stars has traveled for tens of thousands of years. Only then did we see. Why is there a cloud in the sky? Can easily block out the light. How many times must a person be reincarnated? Only by meeting. Why a breeze of fate? It can blow everything away. A while later, Lu Dongyan in my arms choked back tears softly. Yifan, I miss Mom. Yifan opened his mouth. A wave of soreness swept through my cheeks, including the bridge of the nose and the eye sockets. It also started to hurt. Breathing deeply in succession, I want to say something, but couldn't find the words. It seems like any words. For him at this moment, all seemed incredibly pale. Can only hold the fawn in my arms. Hold on tighter. Lu Dongyan is very well behaved. Seems to understand. Yifan didn't know how to comfort him. So let's not make it difficult for him. He fell asleep, the little body curled up into a ball, nestled in Yifan's embrace. A line still lingers at the corner of the eye, unfaded tear marks. Gently wipe away his tears. Holding him so gently, together they fell into a deep sleep. Order from Wufu's store of the ethnic scenery factory. After a few days of explosive sales, it has already stabilized. Daily shipment volume. However, it still remains around 500 orders. One could say wealth is pouring in daily. Yifan's pricing is still quick. This number is quite auspicious. Moreover, the price is quite reasonable. Can take the time to dance square dance. Mostly retired individuals. It's not about the money. He calculated, deducting all costs. Net profit of a single order. It's about 10 yuan. In other words, maintain a daily sales volume of 500 orders. So the net profit for 1 month, it can be around 10,000. This is the tipping point. Even if it's a pig, can also take off. Moreover, it's still just a token. A little more time will pass. We need to plan for the future development of the new city in advance. Before this, first, celebrate Lu Dongyan's birthday in Silver City. This is his age. It is his age. It is his age. It must be spent at home. These past few days, Yifan did not continuously manage the online store, but was fiddling with a small wooden object. What are you messing around with here every day? MS. Lai could no longer suppress her curiosity. A pile of flashy paints is arranged on the table. Paintbrush, low glue and such. When will it be smashed? And awakened an artistic talent. As a mother, how would I know? Just go fish. Yifan was focused and determined. Mom picked up the slipper. Please go dance. He quickly changed his words, trembling. Use what you teach. MS. Lai finally put down the slippers. I mean, Dongyan's birthday is approaching. The family needs to prepare well. You don't even think about it. It's been years since anyone celebrated his birthday. Mom's words. What made Yifan worry again? I nurtured the small wooden ball in my hand. Isn't this just me? Are you preparing a gift for him? Just this. Of course. He never. Not very concerned about material possessions. Just prepare some good food for him. Then let's order a multi-layer cake. Just a little cake will do. The cake's shelf life is only a few days. A multi-layered cake that isn't finished will go to waste. Also, then we'll carefully decorate the room. A balloon with happy birthday written on it. There are still petals. Little light bulb. Stop it. Stop it. Yifan quickly stopped his mother's plans. To these things that have a sense of ritual, he doesn't need it at all. MS. Lai shot her son a glare. It turns out Dongyan doesn't need anything at all. Right. Of course not. Yifan smiled. He needs my mom. Lai Yun fell into a brief silence. He then said, All right. Just as you said. If Dongyan is even slightly dissatisfied. Only you are asking. He could tell from his son's gaze. I saw a kind of certainty, the certainty about that girl. July 7th. It is not yet dawn. Lu Dongyan woke up. No more snoozing. The feet swayed at the edge of the bed, searching for the small, cool slippers. Dressed up, went to the bathroom. Since the summer vacation started, most days it was he who came to provide awakening services for He Fan, waking up to the fresh scent of a young girl. He Fan naturally didn't mind. There are risks involved. I often wake up, a little pain in the chest. I don't know either. The meteor hammer of the little demoness, how is it practiced? It's getting sharper. It's just that. Today's Lu Dongyan. I need to go out for a bit. Go wake up He Fan. So he deliberately got up a little earlier. However, as the young girl was washing up in the bathroom, the sound of the lock being opened came from the front door. "Happy birthday, Dongyan," he fanned cautiously, holding a bowl of freshly cooked longevity noodles. "Put it on the dining table." "Pan, eating noodles. You came so early." Lu Dongyan finished washing up, sitting at the dining table, nibbled at the noodles. A very ordinary bowl of noodles. What differences are there to mention? Then there are 2 fried eggs. More than usual. I'll go with you to see Mom. He will definitely be very happy. The young girl stood on her tiptoes. She wrapped her arms around his neck. Thus chubby cheeks gently press against He Fan's lips. If it weren't for the greasy words on my lips, Lu Dongyan must have already taken a bite. Although before, I often used He Fan's cheeks. Just wipe the oil from the corner of your mouth. But today, he doesn't want to waste time. So, just a little bit of fuss. Returned to the dining table. At that moment, the sun has not risen yet. It's all dark outside. The lights in the room are a bit dim. It's an old-fashioned idiot lamp. If the wind blows in from outside, the light will sway with the flickering of the bulb. Lu Dongyan was nibbling on noodles, delicious and warm. Kihuda, a golden bean. The ink dripped into the bowl. Immediately, tears fell one after another. What's going on here? He Fan felt anxious. I fear nothing more than him shedding tears. Lu Dongyan shook his head, raised her little face. Although there are 2 tear stains, it's just recalling the winters of elementary school. It was early morning, and the sky was still dark. It's time to get up for school, but no matter how early it is, Mom always gets up early. Help me cook the noodles. The white hands wiped around the eyes. The voice of a girl, with a soft and mellow nasal tone. I'm sorry, He Fan. I should be happy. It should be laughed at. Tears have stained my face. He Fan reached out to take the chopsticks from his hand, pick up a strand. The noodles slid into my mouth, tasting the path. It's still a bit bland. Speaking, lift the bowl and place it under the girl's face. A few tears slid down the cheek. He took another bite. Now the flavor is just right. Dongyan, you are someone who wants to master the culinary arts. You can't add too many seasonings. Don't cry, don't cry. The young girl smiled brightly. Even in the darkest night, there will also be light. Looking at the passing travelers from Yunshan Cemetery, He Fan and Lu Dongyan, walking back home together, stopping along the way. It was noon. Lai Yun prepared a lavish meal. They are all home-cooked dishes. In addition to a few more dishes than usual, there is no difference. Happy birthday, Ju Dongyan. Good health. Always happy. He Fan, Lao Hing. Ms. Lai raised her glass with the 3 of them. Lu Dongyan raised her little hand with an ice cola. Push it to the top. The glass cups gently clinked together, the crisp sound that warms the girl. A very simple meal is finished. After clearing off the table, remove the table. It's an automatic mahjong machine. This mahjong table isn't used much. In the house, there were only old he and MS live all year round. Even if he fan is at home, can't even gather a complete table. The main purpose is during the new year, when relatives visit. Then we can play mahjong together. Today it has come in handy. He fan, uncle and aunt. I can't play. Lu Dongyan sat across from He Fan. I recognize every mahjong tile in front of me. The rules are clear, yet I don't understand. Very simple. Only allowed to touch, not to eat. Can be done. The door needs to be soaked. Ping Hu can only self-draw. MS Lai, the novice of the Manhattan, explains carefully. However, she's still not good at playing mahjong. But when it comes to the rules, it's quite straightforward. The clever Lu Dongyan quickly got familiar with the gameplay. Then Lu Dongyan won the first hand. On the girl's small face, a faint smile appeared. He fan exchanged glances with his parents in secret. Next, Lu Dongyan activated the king mode. Only when she feels. When something feels off, He fan and his parents. Only then will it feel truly real. The remaining time, even if I can be foolish, just skip over it directly. The entire afternoon. Lu Dongyan smiled so widely that he couldn't close his mouth. Lai Yun closely monitored her emotions. Discover every smile of the girl. Everything feels so real and natural. A wave of heartache washed over me. A girl who can be so happy so simply. I used to be rarely happy. It speaks volumes about how difficult life can be. Dinner is a small cake. After blowing out the candle, Lu Dongyan, little bunny teeth, pursing her lips, Nuo said, I, just uttering a single word. He fan covered her mouth. Su Yuan said he couldn't come. It won't work anymore, although He fan wields a materialist's kitchen knife. But that only applies to oneself. On Lu Dongyan, he would rather have more superstitions. It's better than having even a trace of misfortune. Sigh. Not afraid, right? Lu Dongyan smiled faintly. I was just about to say that. I'm going to cut the cake now. I didn't make a wish. After all, it started from childhood. My birthday wish. It has never been effective. Listen to him speak in the most relaxed tone. Say the words that hurt the most. He fan felt a bit indescribably uncomfortable. MS Lai and old he, slightly in agreement as well. Dongyan, let's cut the cake. He fan broke the momentary silence. If only the quiet time could last a few more seconds. He will definitely blame himself again. The atmosphere became solemn. The girl held a plastic knife. A cross was drawn on the little cake, then gently made 2 cuts. The cake was divided into 4 pieces, exactly 1 piece per person. Just fill your belly. It started to rain outside. Summer in the south, always alternating between heat and torrential rain. I'll take you home. Efan supports the race track. Speak. Okay. Thank you, uncle and aunt, for today. And you. Efad. Lu Dongyan finished eating the cake, smiling sweetly. Family members shouldn't say thank you to each other. MS Lai followed suit. His hand reached towards the girl's face. But still it was He fan. Grab it first. And said, the soft, glutinous touch of baby fat comes through. Feeling comfortable now. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Lu Dongyan said seriously. Between family, it's time to express feelings without reservation. Dongyan said so. Be careful on the road. Although in the same neighborhood, it's only a few minutes away. Lao He and MS Lai Still watching, He Fan and Lu Dongyan enter the hallway, until the lights in the room turned on. This is when I left the window. He Fan, today I'm going to stay up all night gaming. In the rental house. Lu Dongyan taking advantage of her birthday today, humming confidently. Grown up now, playing all night long. It's also reasonable and legal, right? He Fan smiled. Lu Dongyan clearly didn't expect it. He agreed so decisively, looking at He Fan with a face full of doubt. The little brain is working at full speed, thinking, what is he up to? If this is your birthday wish. I agree. What he didn't expect was, easily agree. It turns out that's the reason. Since every birthday wish in the past, it can't be achieved. Let's make it happen this year, even if the wish is small. It's also very simple. The girl shook her head. You see the lightning and thunder outside the window. If I make a wish, the utility pole might not hold up. They are all going to be dragged down by me. Ah, this isn't funny. He Fan reached out and pinched the girl's cheek. She said softly, Dongyan, you need to know. Your birthday wish cannot be fulfilled. It's not your fault. Life in the world, unfortunate events. It occupies the vast majority. So don't have any psychological burden. Do you know? I won't allow you to mock yourself either. Finished speaking. He released his hand. He Fan. Lu Dongyan's voice was both near and far, whispering my birthday wish softly, like the stars on a rainy night. Even if there is. I can't see it either. Who said that? Turn off the lights. He Fan held Lu Dongyan's hand, arrived at the balcony, facing the cold wind and torrential rain. Take out that small wooden bowl. In the pitch-black night, a dazzling galaxy lit up in the little wooden bowl. Lu Dongyan opened his mouth to speak, slightly dazed for a moment. A misty sheen appeared in the almond-shaped eyes. He can see it. This is made with various pigments and fluorescent agents, drawn layer by layer in the wooden bowl. Each layer must be sealed with crystal drops. Then wait a day to paint the next layer, the little wooden bowl galaxy. It will take at least a week of preparation in advance. He Fan, villain. Lu Dongyan pouted slightly. Water mist. Tears rolled down from her eyes. What's wrong with me? He Fan helped him wipe away his tears. I'm a bit confused. One day made me cry twice. The girl's voice is soft and sweet. Qiang Bai gently sniffed. Dai Gua and Fan Ru rubbed his head. Spoke softly, even if the dark clouds cover the starlight. As long as you want, you can still see the stars. Perhaps the stars in this wooden bowl are not real, but the one who watches the stars. Yet it's genuinely valuable. Mom is right. Someone has left. Just left. But you are still here. You must cherish yourself. Before the words were finished, the girl's mouth was sealed shut. The fishing platform is pitch black. Only the faint glow in the wooden bowl, reflecting the sweet silhouettes of the young boys and girls. No more playing on the computer. He Fan watched as Mu Yu finished bathing. Lu Dongyan directly burrowed into the blankets. It's a bit strange. They, a bit mischievous, huh? Not playing anymore. Go to bed early and rise early. Only with good health can one achieve their potential. You should go to bed early too. Good night, He Fan. Lu Dongyan smiled sweetly. He Fan widened his eyes. I almost thought I was hearing things, confirming the woo-woo girl, already snuggled under the covers. And soon a steady breathing sound followed. This is when I realized she really is a bit different now. Suddenly, there is a unique kind of emotion stirring in He Fan's heart. In the past life, facing the stubborn and willful Lu Dongyan. That deep sense of helplessness. It seems to gradually fade away. This feeling. Unprecedented. Mid-July. Fan's account. I already have 10,000 in savings. Although the Wufu store in the square has only been open for half a month, but in the first few days, the orders are explosive. Fan brought his bank card and ID card, preparing to go to the new city. Take a look at the store and the house. While it's still summer vacation, you can prepare in advance. Wait a moment. I'll grab a little snack. Lu Dongyan is definitely going along. After all, it's a self-drive trip. No need to worry about trouble. This is enough. Fan saw the small bag of nuts in the girl's backpack. There are still a few small cakes. There are no more snacks left. Actually, just a bit of spicy hot pot. It's fine to have some cold drinks. Anything. Just a little is enough. I'm a bit worried that she might go too far. When relatives came over before, how well do you perform? Go to bed early and wake up early every day. I don't eat anything cold or spicy. So obedient. I thought the relatives had left. She will be a little bit bold, but it is still well maintained. People, it's just a bit lacking. Earlier, I saw Lu Dongyan eating heartily. I am really worried about her health. Now look at her being obedient. I am also worried about her mental health. After all, finding joy in food. It is the purest. The girl pursed her lips. Clearly, it's not that I really don't want to eat. Do you remember what I said? Spicy is absolute pain. If you don't have contact for a long time, tolerance will gradually weaken. At that time, you just need to eat a little spicy. It will be unbearably spicy. So occasionally eat a little. Is there such a good thing? Lu Dongyan's cunning plan is brilliant. I originally wanted to eat a little more. Now completely dismiss this idea. Let's wait to eat it later. Chili peppers on the market. It tastes good. I no longer feel anything. Please refresh it. Tolerance to spiciness. Fan always feels that. She seems a bit off. It's hard to explain again. Safe standby is good. Gave a reminder. Fan stepped on the gas. The vehicle started to move. Fan. Arrived at the new city. Take me to the amusement park, okay. Is it good or not? Why aren't you speaking? On the road. Lu Dongyan sitting in the passenger seat. Like a small gallery. All right. Driving on the highway. Actually, Fan considered himself a steady driver. It was while carrying my family. Not a single moment can be distracted. If she drives alone, it's completely a different concept. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Immediately stay silent. Sit quietly over there. Will it be boring when the vision is clear? Fan took a moment to ask. I can't do that. The girl smiled foolishly. Can I see the scenery? How could it be boring? On the highway. What beautiful scenery is there? Your right cheek. Fan slightly agreed. The little enchantress is getting better at flirting. Fortunately, it's only midnight. Driving at high speed for just over an hour. It was already morning. Instead, after entering the city, gambling fiercely, slowly and leisurely, it took over an hour again. Just arrived at the destination. This is us. Do you want to be together for 4 years? In college? Lu Dongyan saw the entrance of the normal university. Her eyes were full of longing. Yeah. Fan nodded. Actually, in his past life, he also attended a normal university. But today I came here. I'm not familiar with the campus. You will have to stay for 4 years. Aren't you afraid you won't have time to get familiar? Bo, let's go see the house. Park the car before charging in the parking lot. He Fan got out of the car, closed the car door, said, He Fan, you need to prepare in advance. Are you preparing the house outside the school? It's not me. It's us. The girl's face. Modi blushed with embarrassment. He Fan. School hasn't started yet. Just want to rent a place and live together. Who said renting and cohabiting? Then in that case, you don't need to rent a separate place for me anymore. I stay in the dormitory. It's about buying a house and living together. Lu Dongyan felt a bit dizzy. Chubby baby face. A hint of foolishness emerged. Gathering wealth and breaking it apart. Not yet of legal age. Why are you in such a hurry to buy a wedding house? And he Fan was speechless. Glimpsed at the silly smiling little hand bow. I must admit I was thinking a bit too far ahead. Buying a house next to the school. It is clearly not the so-called wedding house. There is indeed a large part. Lu Dongyan's reason. He remembers his past life as Lu Dongyan in college. My relationship with my roommate isn't good. Constantly feeling excluded and isolated. It seems. Just because it was the start of the school year. The dorm leader teaches everyone. Let's go to socialize with the boys' dorm. After being rejected by Lu Dongyan, it turned into that kind of situation, even though he doesn't care. But he Fan cares. Perhaps in this life, Lu Dongyan encountered. It's not those roommates. But buying a house can never be a mistake. He hoped for him. Can be happy in the dormitory. Make more friends. But it must also be insured. He can do so when he's unhappy. Leaving without a word, even though I had the qualification to vote, before he Fan arrived. I have already checked out the property. Be more specific. This section. He was actually already familiar with it. After all, in the previous life, I was always developing in the provincial capital. So I understand very well. Lubei Mansion. It's considered a relatively upscale neighborhood. In the future, housing prices, it's not a particularly large provincial city. It is still nearly 15,000 in price. At this moment, less than 4,000. The sales office is very large. People are standing in a long queue. A circle of people surrounded the sand table, under the laser pan of sales, pointing at the floors of the sand table. There is also a children's play area. Many parents are playing with their children. There is a young lady pushing a cart. Politely, for everyone who comes to view the house. Serve the tea. Various appliances and small gifts were displayed at the entrance. From time to time, someone broke a golden egg, under the eruption of ribbons. There were drums beating and group photos being taken. Welcome, little handsome Dai, little beauty. Let me take you on a journey to understand. This section of the board. Seeing He Fan and Lu Dongyan enter the sales office. Immediately a saleswoman approached. A flat set. 3 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, and 2 bathrooms layout. The building that faces south while sitting north. Fixed price. Are you selling or not? Leaving the sales girl a bit dumbfounded. Why does it feel like this young man knows so much about this property? More than oneself. It seems they came prepared. But no matter what. This is also a house worth hundreds of thousands. It sounds like buying a big cabbage at the market. It seems the handsome young man has done some research on our property. It must be the reputation of our Lubei mansion that precedes us. Look at the bustling sales atmosphere. However, our pricing is per square. Little handsome boy, how about I take you to see the sample room first? Absolutely worth the price. Our building and the opposite hand wave. I interrupted the salesgirl's endless chatter. She can memorize all those lines. She looked around. The gaze briefly passes over those lively and bustling people. Lowered his voice. The audition for the supporting role is almost here. I understand. Just sell it or not. The salesgirl is a bit dumbfounded. This young man can actually see through the extras. You need to know. At this moment, selling properties without a crowd, it's still a very sophisticated marketing approach. It is not as well known to later generations. But little did she know, the coin hanging in front of me, it comes from future generations. Fan doesn't need to guess. The real estate market isn't doing very well right now. How could such a fiery scene possibly occur? I'll go consult with the manager. Please wait a moment. The saleswoman realized she had met her match. So they aren't good at making decisions. In terms of price, it's not something she has the right to alter. A moment later, the saleswoman walked down. He nodded at Fan. Mister, I'll convert it for you. The total price for the type of apartment you want is 420,000. Are you the glove room? If so, the interest rate has a discount. Sorry, I am unable to assist with that. The girl behind Fan, full of envy. All the other trivial matters. The developers will help get everything set up. Fan should already be in hand. Renovation can be done at any time. Just wait for the certificate to be issued. So expensive. Leaving the sales office. Lu Dongyan's little face wrinkled. Just that moment. Fan spent over 100,000. Still owes hundreds of thousands in loans. No matter how expensive the house is, there is always a price to pay. Fan pinched the girl's cheek. King Zio, after you move in. It has become a priceless treasure. So, I made money. This way. Lu Dongyan's little face, leaning on Fan's shoulder, a touch of sweetness. He immediately contacted Zio Zhang's most famous decoration company. Directly do a minimalist-style renovation with a full package. He didn't have much time. Go take care of the renovation. Lu Dongyan prefers a simple style. Just leave it to the renovation company. Dongyan, do you think the milk tea I made is tasty? He started to question the tasting officer. Stir-fried chicken is delicious. Mentioning milk tea. Lu Dongyan's cunning scheme was brilliant. The little head bobbed like a chick pecking at grains. And there has been significant progress. Each time it has to taste a little better than before. Upon hearing this, Fan felt very gratified. This is the effect he wanted. The shop can be opened. The most important thing. It's about choosing the location. Where is the tea shop located? The business is thriving. It must be outside the school. But on the contrary, the prices of the shops on the street at the school gate. It must be incredibly high. Wait another 2 months. Fan can indeed afford it. But it's unnecessary. Because he knows the school will be expanding by the end of the year. A side door will be opened then. At this moment, across from the not yet built side gate. The street shots are still quite cheap. At a price of 6,000 yuan per bottle. Bought a 100 square meter shop. The down payment for the shop is 50%. Spent 300,000. A loan of 300,000. Whether it's a shop or a house, Fan only stayed for 5 years. Because he will repay the loan early. In terms of doing business, he is a beginner. It's just taking advantage of the information gap. Not exactly a business elite. Only choose the safest way. Be confident before you take action. Absolutely not. Everyone will blindly expand with leverage. This shop. It was Fan who used it to make the milk tea for the main store. Such a price. It will increase almost tenfold in the future market. It's because the side gate of the school's expansion. Let the crowd here rush out. Ifan couldn't help but sigh. Indeed, information disparity means money. Ifan, you said you wanted to open a chain of milk tea shops. Will we have to earn a lot of money in the future? Young girl Mo Dai asks. Don't you like it? Having money, we can live a better life. Life now, it's already good enough. If money could change who you are. I just don't like it. Ifan tightened his grip on her hand. She knows. This is the little unease in Lu Dongyan's part at play. I won't, she whispered. Ifan's goal regarding money. As long as I achieve financial freedom, that's all that matters. The money is enough. Just take a break. Not really. I don't want to become a wealthy business tycoon. Busy until death. As for how much wealth to leave for the children, that's all an illusion. If children waste their family's fortune, no amount of money is useful. At this point, she perfectly inherited her parents' thoughts. Son Ziyu and Son Fu. Ifan, I believe in you. You promised to go to the amusement park with me. Are you done now? Hearing Ifan's promise. The young girl's face broke into a smile again. Ifan nodded. Then I regretted it when I got to the amusement park. Can we change the project? She looked at the enormous Ferris wheel, tentatively asking. I can't do that. The girl shook her head. The gaze yearned as it looked at the spinning Ferris wheel. Actually, you see, the carousel is quite fun too. Spinning in circles again. Why bother with a Ferris wheel? I feel so bored. Ifan tried once again to change her mind. Ifan, you're not afraid of heights, are you? I have a fear of heights. I have acrophobia. Just kidding. I am super brave, okay? I believe in you. The tickets have been purchased. Ifan's cheeks twitched. In an instant, feeling the footsteps strong, a bit heavy. Why did I agree to go to the amusement park with her? Isn't it better to do something else? Although my legs feel a bit weak. But I can't show weakness in front of her. Sworn to return to Death Brigade. Sat down with Lu Dongyan in the small Ferris wheel cabin. The sounds of machinery and metal intertwine. The Ferris wheel began to slowly turn. Ifan lowered his gaze. Eyes glued, looking at the iron plate beneath my feet. Ifan, look, look. The scenery is beautiful. Lu Dongyan and Ifan were sitting opposite each other, pointing at the scenery outside the window. In her apricot eyes, colors shimmered continuously. Clouds and mist for eyebrows and eyes. Daishan is like a painting. Golden sunshine. It seems to envelop the entire city, coated with a warm hue. Good looking. It looks so good. Ifan looked at the iron plate beneath his feet. Sirius nodding in approval. The girl's perceptive gaze saw through the state of inner unease. Lu Dongyan's cunning flashed beneath his feet. The white shoe on the left foot stepped on the sole of the right shoe. Little right foot, just taking off the white shoes. In Ifan's slightly lowered gaze, it swayed and swayed. The boy's bewildered gaze instantly transformed into a hawk bamboo that seized the rabbit. After capturing her attention, Lu Dongyan lightly pressed her lips together. The small foot slowly lifted up. Finally, I stopped in front of the window. Is it good looking? Ifan, soft and sticky voice. Let her awaken from the dream. The view outside the window was obscured. At this moment, they are at the highest point of the Ferris wheel. The boy's gaze shifted from Fengrui's eagle bamboo, instantly degenerated into a dazed fool of a bird. Ifan felt his vision blur a little. Her face turned pale. My palms were instantly drenched in cold sweat. A sense of urgency surged in my heart. It made her very uncomfortable. He fan, he fan. The sound of Lu Dongyan's call reached my ears. Awakening, he fan. Quickly shift your gaze away. Breathing deeply. The gaze returned to the iron plate beneath. We'll stop riding after this round. Lu Dongyan sat down next to He Fan. Gently lean against her, although I guessed that she had a fear of heights. But I didn't expect it to be this serious. I feel an overwhelming sense of guilt. She pressed the button inside the cabin. This is to prevent special circumstances for tourists. If you need anything, press the button. We'll be in this cabin. Stop when you descend to the lowest point. Otherwise, a ticket must make 5 full circles to be valid. After the button is pressed, but did not light up. Lu Dongyan was puzzled. The sounds of metal and machinery suddenly came to a halt. The entire Ferris wheel has stopped moving. Stop, the power is out. Lu Dongyan slightly parted his lips. The little face looked dazed. He Fan could feel the cold sweat on his forehead. The girl's heart skipped a beat. Chubby baby face, wiping the sweat from her cheek. I'm sorry for my soft voice. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Listening to the girl's apologetic voice, Ma Dai frowned. A sense of security is a consumable. It was hard to accumulate even a little for her. One must not waste oneself on this. Thinking of this point, He Fan took a deep breath. The head suddenly leaned close to the window, eyes wide open to the limit, at the very top of the Ferris wheel, overlooking the scenery outside. This moment, the feeling of suffocation enveloped He Fan. Cold sweat all over. All are constantly flowing. Soon the clothes were completely soaked. She breathed heavily. Resist that intense scheming. Even if feeling dizzy and disoriented, the gaze still never wavered. Lu Dongyan's eyes were filled with worry, but it did not stop. She actually felt a bit. He Fan faces his own weaknesses and fears. So handsome. Time of the power outage, silently passing amidst the ebb and flow of the clouds. He Fan's condition. Gradually it calmed down. Let out a deep breath. He Fan turned his gaze. A light smile graced her face. Xiao Luo, the scenery outside. Nothing more than this. No matter where. I can give you a sense of security. Where is it? The scenery outside. It's really beautiful. Lu Dongyan came to his senses. He took out a tissue to wipe the sweat from He Fan's cheek. Tian Nuo smiled sweetly. Compared to the scenery here, far from it. He Fan bent down. Help him put on the little white shoes. What wind could there be inside? Bad He Fan. Learn from others. The young girl, Xiao too, bit her lower lip. The brilliant sunlight spread across his garden. Another while has passed. Finally, the call has come through. The Ferris wheel starts to turn again. However, the tourists on the Ferris wheel, they were all gradually invited down. Even though He Fan is not afraid of heights now. I can't do it anymore. The staff needs to investigate the cause of the power outage to ensure safety. The Ferris wheel has paused operations for tourists like He Fan and Lu Dongyan. The amusement park manager came personally to apologize. After all, this is not a minor incident. The Ferris wheel stopping due to a power outage can easily cause panic. To express an apology. Compensation for the tourists on the Ferris wheel. Today, the amusement park is free for everyone. All entertainment activities can be enjoyed for free. Hey, I made a profit. Lu Dongyan looked at the complimentary tickets for the entire venue. The little face was beaming with joy. Which one should we start playing? He Fan no longer asked what he wanted to play, according to Lu Dongyan's personality. Since it's free, Then we will definitely try everything out. Instead, it can be played freely. The girl is having a bit of trouble choosing. Ud. Her gaze flickered. I see the racetrack in the distance. There are go-karts racing on it. The eyes instantly lit up with excitement. Keep hidden. I want to drive a go-kart. Lu Hei Niu. I'm not black at all. Then I'm not being cheeky either. The two of them cuddled up and arrived at the car shed by the racetrack, after showing the receipt to the staff, and chose a red go-kart. Lu Dongyan chose a blue one. Got in the car. Fasten your seatbelt. Lu Dongyan just realized. This is completely different from the game. I remember feeling very nervous when I first started playing games. Now the tension is high. It was twice as much at that time. 3 times. Oh, 5 times. Lu Dongyan also didn't know. Anyway, her little face was all tight. Expressionless, only looking ahead. Ease off the gas a bit. The go-kart is slowly moving forward at a snail's pace. I estimate her speed won't exceed. Like a little turtle. Take your time. Don't be nervous. And Fan did not mock her either, but kept pace alongside Lu Dongyan. Don't stray too far from me. The girl caught a glimpse of Fan's profile. This feels a bit more reassuring. But still I spoke up to remind, and responded softly. Just at that moment, suddenly a sound of vehicles approaching from behind was heard, suddenly accompanied by the sound of the basket. Lu Dongyan's go-kart jolted violently. The girl was in a panic. Didn't turn back. I saw a few go-karts behind. The one who just bumped into himself was a person with red hair, a young man in his 20s with a cigarette. Lu Dongyan's eyes turned cold. Mingaming, the track is very wide. At the same time, 5 cars can drive side by side. But it just had to crash into us. It was clearly intentional. Beautiful woman. Why are you dawdling about up front? I'm scared. Get in the car. Let's go for a race. Hong Mao exhaled a puff of smoke. A rogue appearance. Go away. Scorching summer days. Lu Dongyan's voice was like cold ice. His gaze swept over the red-haired one, staying behind another person. The expression became more rigid. At this moment, Heffen's red go-kart suddenly accelerated and rushed forward. Beautiful woman. Look, your little boyfriend has run away. Still playing with him like an egg. Hong Mao and a group of young people laughed together. Suddenly, not far ahead on the track, a deafening drifting sound echoed. Everyone's gaze involuntarily turned towards the sound. Then came the red go-kart of Fan, adrift in place. It unexpectedly just lost its head. Throttle. Step on and kill directly. Boom. With the roar of an engine. The go-kart raced at top speed toward the red-haired one. The impact of the speeding train rushes in. They all froze for a moment. Red hair quickly reacted, forced a couple of smiles to appear calm. That little brat is showing off. How dare you crash into me like this? It seems like you've entered a Chinese character that typically expresses strong emotion or frustration. Could you provide more context or specify what you'd like assistance with? This crazy person is serious. There was not the slightest hint that Fan was slowing down. Instead, it's getting faster and faster. The go-karts at the amusement park have speed limits. But with the accelerator fully pressed down, the speed has also reached above, colliding head-on at this speed. Then life and death depend entirely on luck. Han Mao suddenly jerked the steering wheel. The vehicle veered sharply to the side. In the final moment, avoided the hastily arriving sails. But also because the turn was too swift, the vehicle crashed hard into the guardrail, a head struck by a strong impact. the forefront crashing onto the steering wheel. Blood is flowing freely. Chirk, chirk, chirk. Another drifting sound. Suddenly awakened a group of people. The gaze towards He-Fan was filled with shock, like watching a reckless madman. They want to talk tough and reclaim their dignity. You can face the cold gaze of Shang-Fan, not even daring to let out a single fart. The scene just now, the impact on the soul is truly overwhelming. Still vivid in my memory, He-Fan was driving the vehicle, stopped beside Lu Dongyan. Dongyan, take it slow. Don't be nervous. Speaking softly. The speed of the He-Fan vehicle has dropped back to around 10. A stark contrast to just now. Let everyone believe. Everything that happened before was an illusion. Only the smoke red flowing down from the red-haired head, recounting again. That madman really exists. The panic and worry of the girl Mu Lai, gradually fading away. In that fleeting moment, she only felt her heart. It's about to burst out of my throat. Lu Dongyan did not continue driving, but unbuckled the seat belt, got off the go-kart. Her gaze, the boy in the black shirt at the back. Chen Heiyu, I don't want to be with you, and any ties your family has. Please don't come to disturb me. His voice carried no emotion. He-Fan was taken aback for a moment, glimpsed at the peer in the black shirt. The gaze turned to Lu Dongyan. Chen Changming's son. Lu Dongyan's palms were sweaty. Unlucky. He-Fan shook his head. What did you say to them? Shan Heiyu was instantly furious. In front of a group of companions. Being ridiculed like this, it left him, who was usually so proud, unable to bear it. Deng Yulu and Don Yannian, aren't you also his daughter? Rummel, rummel. The roar of the engine. Faint sounds echoing. Everyone was surprised again, following the sound. Attention shifted back to He-Fan. They vowed, I'll never play go-karting again in this lifetime. Now you hear this sound. Everyone has psychological scars. I will only say it once. Lu Dongyan. It is Lu Yi's daughter. He-Fan's voice was slightly hoarse. Gloomy gaze, staring at Chen Heiyu like an eagle. It made him feel a bit suffocated. Dad will come to find you. He originally asked me to contact you. I happened to run into them today. That's it. It seemed to be startled by the faint rumble. After hastily finishing the words, Chen Heiyu quickly left the track, along with their group of people. They all supported Han Mao, following the climate closely. After they left, He-Fan was just about to speak to Lu Dongyan. Suddenly, a pain shot through my heart. Was unexpectedly struck in the heart by his punch. Did you feel what I just experienced? Young girl's secret plot, for the first time using such a cold tone, talking to He-Fan. The next moment, her body softened in He-Fan's embrace, crying so hard that I couldn't catch my breath. If you had just bumped into it. What do you want me to do? That suffocating moment of grief. Lu Dongyan's life. I don't want to go through it a second time. He-Fan's breathing was in sync. Feel the tremble of the person in your arms. He didn't think too much about it just now. That moment. It was entirely an instinctive action. If I could choose again, perhaps he will still do that. Make Lu Dongyan feel uncomfortable. There is always a price to pay. Don't cry anymore. Don't cry anymore. Gently patting Lu Dongyan's back. I also made her feel upset. However, felt a subtle pain in the heart. This is not. Did you also pay the price? He-Fan couldn't help but chuckle. Absolutely. Absolutely not allowed. Don't do such dangerous things again. Did you hear that? He-Fan. Lu Dongyan bit her rabbit teeth tightly, with her little face held high. a pair of apricot-colored eyes still shrouded in mist. Staring at He Fan with deep resentment. Understood. He Fan nodded honestly. He reached out to help her smooth the shadows away from the corners of her eyes. "Did I hurt you?" "I'm sorry." The girl softened again. "Budai." He Fang lifted the hem of his short sleeve slightly. The little head actually managed to squeeze in. He Fan's expression suddenly frozen. "What should I do if there's a little deer in my heart?" Online. And after a while of being intimate, Lu Dongyan actually is. Once again I got on the go-kart. He Fan was just about to continue leisurely driving with her, but the girl stepped on the gas. "Speed it up directly." "Eh. Slow down, slow down." He Fan's heart tightened. Immediately following, finished a lap. Lu Dongyan finally stopped. "Why are you going so fast?" He Fan was furious. The girl lifted her small head defiantly. "Experience it once more. The feelings of worry I had for you before. HMPH. All right, all right. Let's go play something else. I originally wanted to pinch her cheek, twist and turn it. But thinking back to just now, watching Lu Dongyan speed in a car, it was all in a state of confusion. The heart can only grow deeper than this. It made her too shy to pinch his face. Just want to take her away from this racetrack. Run around like that again. Afraid my heart can't take it. Carousel, giant pendulum, pirate ship, roller coaster, a ticket for the Ferris wheel. Due to the power outage, used up all the resources. Lu Dongyan was feeling quite pleased. The unpleasantness from before, long forgotten and thrown to the clouds. Until it gets dark. The two had just left the amusement park. He Fan looked at his arm, which was pinched red. "There are unspoken struggles in my heart. Play those thrilling activities." The entire time, it was Lu Dongyan who was in control. There are nail marks all over it. He Fan, open your mouth. Slow wine stall on the boat. Lu Dongyan packed a garlic shrimp, little hands holding the shrimp tails. Feeding Wan He Fan. "You eat by yourself." He Fan finally opened his mouth to speak. She just stuffed it in. "Your hand is all swollen from my grip. Today, of course, is my treat for you." The girl said, "It's time to wrap the shrimp again." He Fan can't really let her keep peeling shrimp for him. But verbal admonishments are useless against Lu Dongyan. The only way is to take action. In terms of speed for packing shrimp, she boasts that she can't find a rival for now. Lu Dongyan still wanted to avoid certain foods. But He Fan decided, "I still occasionally take her out for something spicy. Everything is good in moderation. Otherwise, extremes will lead to a reversal." You're feeding me shrimp again. You just need to sit." "I'll do it myself." Lu Dongyan pursed her lips. "In the small bowl in front of me. The shrimp tails have already been piled up. Hurry up and eat. 2 bowls of garlic shrimp. It will be finished soon." He Fan wiped the red oil off his fingers with a tissue. A searing pain immediately followed. "I forgot to wear gloves." He Fan. Lu Dongyan noticed her slightly reddened fingers. The little face grew serious. Her eyes were filled with heartache. "It's not a big deal." He Fan didn't care much. "It will be fine in a little while. To be washed." The girl was very stubborn, immediately captured by a hint of shyness. "If you really don't want to wash it. Saliva is like soap. They are all negative." "Bosh. I'll go wash up now." He Fan was intimidated by the little demoness. "Hurry to the sink." In a daze. "I feel Lu Dongyan's saliva. Is a magic remedy. Last time my finger got cut. Last time I was sealed away. And now She didn't open her little mouth, resolving bad matters. Fan and Lu Dongyan had dinner, sitting in a chair on the deck. The wind whispers gently in my ears. The neon lights reflected in the water. A sudden upheaval. Flickering shadows. Fan, aren't we going home today? It's too late. Driving on the highway is unsafe. Landing again, Dongyan. Fan had reached a level of stability that was extreme. Maybe I could have held back before. The only possibility of not running into the red-haired person. It's just her in the car. The girl's face instantly turned red. Do you want to stay at a hotel with her? Although the two often sleep in the same room now, but renting a room outside. Concepts are always different. It's still early. Where to play next? It was a little past 8 o'clock. It is said to be night. But for urban youth, the nightlife has just begun. How about watching a movie? You probably haven't been to the cinema yet, right? Fan asked. In her memory, Lu Dongyan's understanding of entertainment projects. I know very little. Almost everything happened after I was with her, gradually beginning to engage. In elementary school, the school organized a trip. That doesn't count. But that means it didn't happen. Let's go watch a movie. Fan finalized the plan, but I haven't had the chance to get up yet. The girl's pink ring was on my shoulder. Gently tapped it. Heffen. HMPH. What's wrong with me again? She looked confused. I didn't do anything. Then Fan saw Lu Dongyan. Web pages found using the Gene network. What would you like to ask? What can couples do at the cinema? This is Lu Dongyan's inquiry about the mind. Goodness. Fan could only describe it with words that were unsightly. Beneath those diverse answers, it seems like apart from watching movies. You can do anything in the cinema. What kind of monsters and demons are these netizens? I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. She must lend her the search engine. It's just watching a movie. Am I not ready yet? Fan. All right. In Lu Dongyan's little mind, watching movies has become an unclean term. Later, just ask me anything you want. Don't ask the official partners anymore. Then you easily deceived me. The girl's wise little eyes were filled with vigilance. Why don't you think so? She's the one deceiving you. Fan shook his head. Now, Lu Dongyan. Just like the older generation a few years later during the information explosion era. On new phenomena. Always subjectively. Add a layer of authority to it. Otherwise, the group of a happy family. How could there be so many rumors flying around? I would rather believe in things on the internet. They are unwilling to believe me either. Fan curled his lips. She turned her gaze towards the river. The browser has been deleted. Let's go watch a movie. It's all good, no matter what you do. Just don't be angry, okay? Please, please. Lu Dongyan was like a sticky rice dumpling. Stuck to Fan. Lift your little face. Huan murmured. He pinched her baby-faced cheeks. Search engine is used to solve some simple common knowledge questions. Not doing anything. I had to look it up beforehand. Only brings trouble to oneself. She has a tendency to be extreme. It's like being on a restricted diet. Too much is as bad as too little. The internet is still very exciting. Fan is afraid of her in the future. There's no need for a web page anymore. That's why we seek guidance. Let's go watch a movie, Lu Dongyan said. Jump off the boat, pulling Fan to run across the street. Be careful, running on the road. No matter how wide or long the road is, as long as you hold my hand, it feels safe. I will be both obedient and clingy, gentle and considerate. Never perfunctory. I only have feelings for you. Lu Dongyan hummed sweetly. Rosy cheeks. Fan held her hand as they walked along the sidewalk. Stand on her left side. After crossing the middle section of the road, come to her right side again. Do you want to drink milk tea? Before entering the cinema, Fan asked. I don't want to. The milk tea in the shop. None of them are as good as what you make. Lu Dongyan pouted in disgust. Gyudong said you need to hurry and open the milk tea shop. Otherwise, outside. I don't have anything to drink anymore. It's almost there. Did not buy cold drinks. I only brought 2 bottles of mineral water. There's still a bucket of popcorn. The movie we're watching is Twilight. Fan returned from 10 years in the future. But this is the first time watching this movie. Hey, pass me the popcorn. The girl beside me murmured. Monen. I know we probably won't be able to watch this movie, although my eyes are still fixed on the big screen. But I didn't take in any of the content at all. Wholeheartedly. Everyone is feeling around the door. Each time I grab a piece of popcorn, feed it into her mouth. If the fingers shrink quickly, then we can escape disaster. If it's just a little slower, Lu Dongyan will take action. Tell her, even without the original flavor machine, she can also boil water. After a movie, Fan, my fingers are almost peeling. Is the movie good? Exited the cinema. Fan asked. Lu Dongyan was taken aback. The little expression is dazed. What the heck are you? It's my first time seriously coming to the cinema to watch a movie. How do you feel? Feeling. I love the smell of your fingers, Fan. The young girl, Zio too, pursed her lips. Whispers in the dark. Goodness, this movie ticket was a waste. Neither of them paid attention to the movie. Dongyan, the day after tomorrow is Grandma's birthday. We are going to the countryside. Celebrate her birthday. In the hotel, Fan said to Lu Dongyan. Grandma is already 82, although we don't usually live together. But every time a holiday comes around, on her birthday everyone would go to see her. Can I go too? Do you have a reason not to go? Fan smiled. Pinch her face. Even if she doesn't say it. Lai must also bring hers. But, however, forget it. I'm still not going. Dongyan, anything at all. It won't change because of the thoughts in your head. And has changed. Rather than thinking about the bad outcome. Why not think positively? Although she didn't say it. But Fan also understood. Her thoughts. Lu Dongyan is shy again. Afraid that her family wouldn't like her. If it weren't for the urgent search for Lai. Clarifying the reason for not returning home at night. How could she dare to meet her parents so early? Fan remembered his past life. We were left waiting on the eve of the wedding. She only dared to meet her in-laws. All right. What gift should I give to Grandma? Lu Dongyan felt a slight fear in her heart. Calmed down by Fan. I began to think about the issue of giving gifts. Following the tradition of previous years, my father's words. I should bring 2 bottles of Maotai. Where is my mom? I will buy some nutritional supplements. I used to be poor. Every year it's just me. Make a prayer bead bracelet and give it to her. Then I have nothing left to give. The girl is troubled. A gift for the elderly. There wasn't much to begin with. Still being with Fan and future in-laws. Complained. Who said that? Fan pouted. Delivering cigarettes. That wouldn't be good. The old man is smoking. Not good for the body. Sending cigarettes. Family members won't like it. Lu Dongyan shook her little head, like a wave drum. Dongyan, you say, old people still don't smoke. Should we wait until we are buried before drawing it out? How can you say that about Grandma? But she said it herself. Lu Dongyan. She, the elder. He was known as the king of smokers in the streets and alleys. A pack of cigarettes. Only one match. You delivered cigarettes. She must really like it. But the family might not like it. The girl has a lot on her mind. After all, the old man smokes. Words that affect health. It's not just the old man's matter. Dongyan, oh, but you said, if my mom liked to smoke, well, I did, or I won't allow it. What will happen? I understand. Let's go downstairs and buy it now. Lu Dongyan's heart completely swallowed. MS Lai's family status left her with a profound impression. If Grandma, it is Aunt Lai's words, then there will be no problem at all. A night at the hotel, not talking, because there really isn't much to talk about. Lu Dongyan stayed up all night. All look like little saddle lips, all curled up into a little ball, frozen in place, unable to move. Mingaming was at home, sleeping with He-Fan. There are no problems at all. But when we arrived at the hotel, it's just uncomfortable. One day in the provincial capital, played for most of the day. During this time, Lu Dongyan, recognized by passers-by multiple times. Ultimately, I had to wear a mask. Driving home in the afternoon. It's almost time for dinner. Dad hasn't come back yet. Your father. These days, we need to intensively train our fishing skills. Otherwise, at that time, in front of your grandfather, can't lift my head. First, have some sweet rice wine mixed with egg. Fill your stomach. He just replied. MS Lai came from the kitchen. Bring 2 bowls of sweet wine mixed with eggs. Said, He-Fan's hand. He understands Grandpa. The older generation of fishermen has aged. Dad's fishing skills. Also a large part. It was taught by my grandfather. Of course. Father is also very talented. Otherwise, at that time, I couldn't even bring my mother into the house. Legend has it that during that time, grandfather didn't think much of father. The clever old man. Every time I would come up with ideas for grandpa, find a way to escape grandma's pursuit and go night fishing. Finally passed my father-in-law's test. Every time, Dad reminisces about the past, always with a face full of ambition, although He-Fan didn't feel that way. What's there to be proud of? But I am still very grateful for my father's perseverance. Otherwise, what if I disappear? He-Fan, do you want to learn how to fish as well? Lu Dongyan's aspirations are bright and radiant. Drinking sweet wine with egg, smiling with ill intentions. Why do you say that? Fishing can make a person more composed. Calm down. Wisdom. Tranquility. Jumping out one word after another. Only the words afraid of the wife. Kept it inside without saying it out loud. He was daydreaming in his mind. The crescent moon has not been completed. Mo Dai. A dizzy feeling. A throbbing pain in my little head. He-Fan. Sweet wine mixed with egg halfway through. He suddenly cried out weakly. But I really like you. How many clouds are there in the sky? I like you so much. The girl loves boys. He-Fan began to sense that something was off. He-Fan, I want to have a baby with you. How many clouds are there in the sky? How many babies to have? Lu Dongyan, why do you get drunk with sweet wine too? He-Fan couldn't hold on any longer. I'm really foolish. Really. I only know that he gets drunk when he drinks. but forgot that sweet wine is also wine. When he realized it, Lu Dongyan was already like a pufferfish, tangled around me, chubby little face. A layer of camel red emerged, in the midst of sensual schemes. It seems there is a light spring fog. It wasn't as serious as that time we drank sake. After all, the sweetness of the wine, it's still very low. Shoe heffen. I bought a knife and shoes. Ate the sky-high ankle straps. Do you like it? Hui heffen. I still want to step on you. What a transformation. Change. Lu Dongyan's voice had not yet faded. He fan-covered her mouth. MS Lai just came out of the kitchen, looking at his son with a strange expression. She figured Lu Dongyan was talking nonsense. Although shocked by the future daughter-in-law's drinking capacity is so poor. But these words after the wine, there is quite a lot of information. It's messy over here. The character has always been rather easygoing and playing. I didn't expect it to be so fun. Forget it. Matters related to this. Being a mom isn't easy either. What kind of look is that? He Fan's mindset exploded. I never mentioned it. Such a strange request. Ming is this. Little Earl, search for it yourself. What killed the enthusiastic internet user? If I had blue, I would play. I want to break through the screen and kill you. I'll take Dongyan back to the rental apartment first. At this moment, I guess I won't be having dinner either. Fan just wanted to quickly sneak away from home. If we continue to stay here, I still don't know what this girl is going to say. If you shoot yourself. If technology is in place, he has now fled to Mars. Little bunny, take it easy. MS Lai was chattering. Returned to the kitchen. You can't cleanse yourself even if you jump into the Yellow River. The person shot carried Lu Dongyan back to the rental apartment. Throw him onto the bed. Too childish to care about him. Lu Dongyan. This answer truly brings peace of mind. After all, the power of sweet wine is still a bit weaker. Not much commotion. Even less. Just lying there, drifting into a light sleep. He fan-gazed at the girl's sleeping face. There is also the heavy silence on the bed. I felt a little strange in my heart. His pillow. That's a bit too much, isn't it? A small head resting on a pillow, holding one in my arms. As a result, there was an extra pillow. I don't know what to do. It was printed with his full body cover. Clearly custom made. I want to sleep while hugging myself, then just hug the pillow tightly. Isn't that enough? Fan felt tired from thinking. I can't be bothered to guess.